Are you an IT specialist and want to immigrate to the Netherlands? You have picked the right video. You will find everything to immigrate and work in the Netherlands as an IT specialist in this video. Stay till the end. Hey everyone, I'm Behnam from the Visa Library. This channel gives visa information and the latest news and updates. First things first, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell and download the free cheat sheet my team has prepared from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Now, let's begin. First, let me ask you this question. What are the requirements to immigrate to the Netherlands as an IT specialist? They can change by your condition. For instance, it's different if you have studied in the Netherlands and got your degree from a Dutch university. The requirements are mostly for non-EU nationals, but they can give you a good perspective of the general requirements. The first requirement is work experience. You will work as an IT professional to the best of your abilities. You will work with the best of in your field and your co-workers have the highest expertise. Also, it's required to persuade the Dutch employer to hire you. As you will learn, you need a job offer from a Dutch employer. If you do not have enough work experience that proves to the employer you are fit for this work in this position, you won't be able to move to the Netherlands. Also, the employers look at your resume before the interview. The work experience must encourage them to arrange the interview. The second item is related educational degree. It is often needed as it indicates your profound background. The essential part is to get a job offer, and employers often might look at your academic background. If you have brilliant work experience, the employers might skip the university degree. An educational degree could be useful while applying for a work visa too. It proves your background and what you have been doing. You would better submit your educational certificates to fill the gaps. Immigration officers want to know your background exactly. The third requirement is a job offer. You can say the most important requirement to immigrate and work in the Netherlands as an IT professional is having a job offer. You must look for a position in the Netherlands and get a job offer from a Dutch employer. You will learn ways to find a job in the Netherlands later. Using one or a mixture of them is necessary to find a job in the Netherlands. Be careful not to be deceived by the frauds. Be careful not to be deceived by fraudsters. They might try to get money from you and deceive you. You could say this is the hardest part but the most important part, as everything begins from here. It could take some time until you find the job offer, but it's up to your resume, work experience and educational background. The process will speed up if your resume is remarkable and the Dutch employer highly needs you. The fourth requirement is to have a valid passport. You need a passport to leave your home country and enter the Netherlands, but it must be valid at the time of application and hold enough validity for at least 1 year. Your passport validity is necessary for a work visa. Also, you might have to send the employer a copy of your passport to get the work permit. The work permit is permission to work in the Netherlands as an IT specialist, and the work visa is authorization to enter the country. The Dutch employer applies for the work permit after you sign an employment contract. The fifth item you need is a clean record certificate. You are going to hire an employee. If you find out that he has committed a serious crime, will you hire him or her? The obvious answer is no. A clean record certificate is needed to immigrate and work as an IT specialist in the Netherlands. You have to get it from the related authorities, have it translated and submit it to the officials. You might have to submit 2 copies. One for the application for the work contract and one for applying for the work visa. As explained, the Dutch employer applies for the work permit, so you must send him or her the clean record certificate. The sixth requirement is language proficiency. Explaining this item might be a bit complicated. Language fluency requirement is with the Dutch employer. He or she determines the language you need to work as an IT professional in the country. You might need Dutch or English. Most of the Dutch people speak English and it's common in the country, but the requirement is with the employer. When you look for a job position, you read the description and requirements. See if they need English or Dutch fluency. The seventh item is the health certificate or TB test result. You might need to have a health certificate to immigrate and work as an IT specialist in the Netherlands. The employer might ask you for this certificate to ensure you are mentally and physically healthy to do the job in the Netherlands. Dutch officials might also require a health certificate when you apply for a work permit. It's up to your nationality and their decision. Also, some countries need a TB test result to enter the Netherlands. This is not for every country, only a few countries need it. You can see the list of them on the IND website. The link is in the description. Now that you know the requirements, what is the procedure you have to follow? Stay a bit longer to find out. As I told you, one of the most essential requirements is to find a job offer. The application begins with finding a job offer. You cannot skip this part. Getting a job offer is necessary. There are several fraud cases and you might be hooked by one of them. How can you ensure that the offered job is from an employer in the Netherlands? If the person is in the Netherlands, can he or she offer you the job position? One way to find out is to search for the employer's name on the list of approved Dutch employers by IND. The link is in the description. Are you wondering how to find a job offer in the Netherlands? You can find a job in various ways. Here they are. The first one is websites. Some websites advertise job positions in the Netherlands and the EU. You can look for a job as an IT specialist through one of them. Here is a list of them: Expatica Jobs, And Work, Good Company, LinkedIn, and other ones. You can find a longer list of them in the Visa Library article. The link is in the description. You must prepare a resume and search for job positions that suit you. Try to consider the points we explained in the previous section. The second way to find a job in the Netherlands is to get help from recruiters or employment agencies. Their job is to connect employers and employees. It's up to you whether you want to ask their help or not. Here is a list of these agencies that can help you: Kelly Services, Expertise Recruitment, Manpower, Hoffman and Associates, and other ones. You can find some more companies in the Visa Library article. The link is again in the description. You can visit these companies' websites to learn about their terms or available positions. Contact them to know if they can help you or not. Also, you might be able to find useful information on their website. The third way to find a job as an IT specialist in the Netherlands is to visit the country in person. You can send resume to companies and visit them for an interview. Some non-EU countries do not need a visa to enter the Netherlands. They enjoy the visa waiver program. Countries like the US, South Korea, and Japan are on this list. The visa waiver program allows you to stay in the Netherlands for up to 90 days. It should be enough to have several interviews with companies and find a job. If you're not among the visa waived countries, you can use the Netherlands tourist visa to enter the country and look for a job. But you mustn't say in your application that you want to visit the country to find a job. You just use the opportunity to find a job. Visit the Visa Library article from the link in the description or watch the video we have prepared about the Netherlands tourist visa. This way might cost you, but there are pros and cons in every way. When you write the address in your resume or inform the employer you are in the Netherlands and ready for a face-to-face interview, they might be more likely to have an interview and offer you the job. The more interview you have, the better your chance of getting accepted for the job. But remember an essential point: if you're in the Netherlands and find a job, you have to leave the country and apply for a work visa from your home country. You cannot work under a tourist visa or change your status. After finding a job, you must sign an employment contract with the employer. It must be comprehensive and include all the details and aspects of your employment. You can get help from your lawyer to know the terms and conditions and their legal obligations. Some necessary items must be included in your employment contract. These are some of these essential items: job title, job description, team and department assignment, role requirements, skill requirements, annual salary or hourly rate, raises, bonuses, incentive opportunities, health benefits, company stock options, investment, requirements plans, bonuses, and other items. Do not limit yourself to the items I explain and research about the contracts. If you're not fluent in English, have the contract translated into your language to know the exact terms and conditions. A work contract is one of the requirements to apply for a work permit, so try to work hard and spend enough time on it. After completing the employment contract, the Dutch employer must apply for a work permit. Dutch officials must recognize the employer that offers you the job. There is an application form the employer needs to fill out and send to the IND. The Immigration and Naturalization Service is responsible for visa processing and issuing the residence permit. As you will be staying in the Netherlands for over 90 days, you must get a residence permit. In your case, it's a work permit or authorization to work. The employer will ask you to send him or her a list of supporting documents to apply for the work permit. This is a sample of the documents you have to send: copy of your passport, clean record certificate, your educational documents, CV or resume, proof of work experience, and other documents. IND will provide a checklist of documents to the employer so you can know the documents you must submit. You would better work on the documents and ensure them according to your instructions. The processing could take longer if one item is wrong or not by the checklist. Also, the Dutch officials could ask for further documents after you send them the full list. It depends on your nationality, background, and their decision. The employee also applies for the MVV, its authorization to stay in the Netherlands to receive your residence permit. If you need the MVV, you must apply for both the residence permit and MVV. If you do not need an MVV, you can apply directly for a residence permit. Let me ask you this: who doesn't need an MVV? If you come from one of these countries, you do not need an MVV. The EU or EEA members, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Japan, Monaco, Vatican City, the US, and South Korea. If you have a valid residence permit from the EU, you do not need an MVV as well. MVV lets you stay in the Netherlands in the long term to receive your work permit. You have to complete some procedures after you land in the Netherlands. The next step is to find the right type of Netherlands work visa. There are different types of Netherlands work visa. You have to find out which is appropriate for you and apply for it. You have to find out which one is appropriate for you. Also, there are some features, benefits for each one of them. You can take advantage of the visa you apply for the appropriate one. Here are the Netherlands work visa for your information. 1. Regularly paid work visa. In case you want to get a job as a usual employee. When you get a job offer from a Dutch employer, you need this type of visa. 2. Seasonal worker visa. The people working in the Netherlands seasonal agricultural part will receive this visa. It will allow you to stay for some time and do seasonal work like the tulip farms. You need a job offer from an employer for this visa as well. 3. Intra-corporate transfer visa. If the company you work for opens a branch in the Netherlands and you will be working there, you will need this visa. If the company you work for already has a branch in the Netherlands and they want to send you there, you need an intra-corporate transfer visa. Number 4. Highly skilled migrant visa. This program often gets called knowledge worker visa. It's for foreign nationals who will benefit but the Dutch science-based company. You must meet the income standard to be eligible for it. Your income must be like this to qualify for the highly migrant visa. 1. Highly skilled migrant 30 years or older, 4,752 gross per month. 2. Highly skilled migrant younger than 30 years, 3,484 gross per month. Number 5. European Blue Card. It's a type of work permit that lets non-EU citizens work and live in the EU, except Denmark, Ireland, and the UK. The job offer must pay you at least 5,670 euro per month, and you need educational documents to qualify for the EU Blue Card. After the employer applies for the work permit, it takes up to 90 days so the IND decides and issue the work permit. This is called decision period. If the answer is negative, you can object to the IND. The employer can post or submit the online version of the letter. You can post or fax the letter to the IND address. You can find the fax number and address from the link in the description. IND will send the confirmation that they got the letter. They evaluate the objection and decide on it. There are 2 cases with it. 1. Objection against the IND decision is well founded. You will receive a positive decision on your objection against the decision. This means you will get the MVV and the residence permit. 2. Objection against the IND decision is unfounded. Your objection to the decision will be rejected. The decision by the IND contains this rejection. If you disagree with this rejection, you can appeal the decision to the court. If the employer is willing, he or she should hire a lawyer to take the case to the court of law. If the answer is positive and after the work permit is issued, the IT specialist receives the work permit and MVV if he or she needs MVV. At this stage, you must get the MVV from your home Dutch embassy or consulate in your home country. You must collect the MVV at the Dutch embassy or visa center filled in the application form. Determine who is responsible for visa processing and visit them with the approval sent by the employer to complete the procedure. The Dutch embassy might ask for some documents. You can ask them in advance and prepare these documents. There might also be a fee for getting the MVV on your passport. Make an appointment at Dutch embassy or visa center to get the MVV. Your valid passport is required here. Your passport must be valid for at least another 6 months. You must take one new passport photo with yourself as well. Remember one point: you must have your biometrics taken when you collect the MVV. You will provide your signature and have your fingerprints taken. The MVV is valid for 90 days. After you arrive in the Netherlands, you must get a residence permit. You will receive the letter when it's ready at the IND desk. You must make an appointment with the IND to get your residence permit. You must make an appointment to collect it. Your residence permit will be valid for the period of your contract or job. It's valid for a maximum of 5 years. Now you can bring your work and live in the Netherlands as you have an employment contract with a Dutch employer. It's time to answer some of your questions. Let me ask you this: can you bring your family as an IT specialist to the Netherlands? The answer is yes, but you must have enough funds to cover your family. Also, you must have an appropriate place to live with them. You have permission to bring your spouse and children under 18 years old. To do so, you must apply to the IND and complete the application form. Visit the IND website to apply for a residence permit. Choose the right type of residence permit from the available options: residence permit for a partner, residence permit for a child under 18, residence permit for a child born in the Netherlands, residence permit for an adopted child, or the appropriate one. After you click on the right part, the entire application process, costs, and the supporting documents you have to submit are explained. There are also application forms that you have to submit. The IND website gives detailed instructions on completing the application and receiving the residence permit for your family. If you have questions, write them down in the comment section. The visa library team will answer them. One of the questions you might be wondering is whether it's easy or hard to immigrate to the Netherlands as an IT specialist. The answer to this question is up to several factors, and most important to your skills, abilities, and resume. If you're highly skilled and have a profound resume, you are most likely to persuade a Dutch employer to hire you and provide you a job offer. This person can say immigration to the Netherlands as an IT specialist is fairly easily. But the person who doesn't have a good resume or higher education and has been looking for a job offer for a few years, he or she might find the process a bit difficult. Remember that you will have interviews with the employer. There will be several interview stages that you have to pass one of them: general interview, HR interview, technical interview, group interviews. You have to pass these interviews and perform well. It depends on your language fluency skills to do well in them. You can work on your technical skills and language abilities and get professional work experience to pave the way for getting a job offer. After you get the job offer, the process is fairly easily. Alright then, this was all you must know to immigrate and work in the Netherlands as an IT specialist. If you have questions, write them down in the comment section. The visa library team will answer them. Before you leave, make sure to like this video, hit the bell, and don't forget to get the free PDF file from the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Stay tuned for more videos and updates. Thank you all for watching.